everybody. Welcome back. It's a beautiful day here in the Southwest. We are about ready to start our trip east. It's March 13th. We're looking, it's probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock right now. And we are in a rest area just east of Yuma. And I thought I'd just catch you all up. And we're on Route 8, which will eventually merge into Route 10. And there's a few things on Route 10 that I would like to see. Not sure what we're going to be able to see, but we're going to give it a try. I would like to stop in Tombstone and Bisbee before we start heading the rest of the way east. Again, I'm not sure with everything that's going on and the price of gas, which has jumped 40 cents, I would say. So far, what I see is about 40 cents a gallon. So we're going to have to see, because I'm on a budget. But I thought I'd give you a look at this rest area. It's really, really pretty. They were right about the super bloom. There's wildflowers in bloom. There's up at Joshua Tree, there was something I never expected to see, which was a desert. It's a desert lupin. They aren't as big as the ones in the East Coast, but they were really, really, really tiny, really cool. I did not expect to see them. The Palo Verdes down here are all in bloom. They all have little yellow flowers on them. It's really, really cool. So I might give you a little bit of driving video between here and Phoenix and Tucson. We'll see. I did miss the mountains just east of Yuma, but we'll see what's out there. So let me just give you a look at some of the stuff around here. There's a brittle bush right there. Big bush of brittle bush. Oh. So this is the mountain range in back of the rest area. Looking to see if there's a water spigot somewhere. Some of these, a lot of these rest areas in Arizona have water spigots. There's pet areas, the mountains. I believe those trees right there are mesquite. They have very interesting looking leaves. Very different than the Palo Verde. Those are the leaves. They're very much like a mimosa plant. Very pretty. It's actually quite nice. Surrounded by mountains. A lot of covered little places where you can eat. Still haven't found a water spigot. There's water thingies. They have vending machines, but it looks like they're locked up. Not sure if that's to keep people out or what. They have boards. Arizona, the Sonoran Desert. Arizona, discover your public land. Canyon de Chelly. Meteor crater. The problem is the meteor crater is private. It's privately owned. Let's go around here. Rivers and lakes. cool. I miss my kayak. And then Arizona on your way. Cibola National Wildlife Refuge is on my places to see list. Not quite sure where we are here on here. Mohawk Rest Area is where we are. We are right there. And then we're going that way somewhere. Arizona County Landmark Attractions, Grand Canyon, Sedonia, Havasupai Falls, Monument Valley, and Slide Rock. And then the different indigenous people here. So we're still heading east on Route 8, and we've come to a patch of a lot of Palo Verde trees. And I just wanted to give you a look at just how pretty they are. I did not see this last winter when I came through, or last spring when I came through. You didn't see them in bloom like this. They're just so pretty with that really shiny green bark. That's how you one of the ways you can tell a Palo Verde is they have that really shiny green bark. And now it's another thing that you can see is the beautiful yellow flowers. Apparently they're attractions to hummingbirds. Rolling east toward Phoenix. And it is a little after 1 in the afternoon. I think my clock on my in the van is correct. I'm not sure. Going back and forth through time zones is a little confusing. Beautiful mountains to the left. You got the railroad to the right. And a straight flat highway right now. I just hope I don't get into a lot of traffic in Phoenix. I drove through Phoenix once. Oh my God, it was the last year when I came down, 2024 when I came down in the fall. It just, Phoenix is so big, it just doesn't seem like it ever ends. It just goes on and on and on. So we got off here because there's supposed to be a Petroglyph site here. And it's just one of those, let's do it because we're here. So there's the Painted Rock Petroglyph site. On the left is a huge solar farm. Solano Generating Station. It's only 1:30 if that time is right. Wow, there's a solar farm on the right too. It's huge. This farm is massive. I think we'll pause this until we get closer to the Petroglyph site. Sign said 11 miles. Dips, winding road. Okie dokie. Flash flood area next 9 miles. This is a whole lot of empty out here as we head up toward the mountains. This is one of those let's do it on a whim thing. Wow, lots of fields. So there's a woman on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel. She calls it Sally Forth. I've met her. Was at one of her meetups this spring. Wonderful, wonderful lady. Absolutely wonderful lady. And she does a lot of the same kind of stuff that I video. And we have very similar tastes in what we'd like to do. And thanks to her, I'm a lot more comfortable kind of doing things on a whim. I've always kind of done things on a whim, gone places on a whim, but thanks to her, I think I'm a little bit more comfortable. So I would have to say, if you're interested in this kind of stuff where you go places and you see a lot of historical stuff, landmarks, national monuments, national areas, I would definitely say check her out, because she's probably my favorite of all the female YouTubers I follow, and I don't follow a lot of them, but of all the ones that I've seen, she's probably my favorite. I think it's probably because we are so similar. We have such similar likes and what we do. So this is cool. This is definitely cool. Wow, this is cool. I have no idea who runs this. I have no idea if this is going to be, you know, if my America the Beauty Pass will get me in here. But we're gonna see. We're definitely gonna see. Wow, isn't this cool? There's a lot of dirt roads that go off into nothing. It looks like we're at mile 6. Wow. Hopefully I don't have to pay for this because I've been unfortunately spending this money necessities lately that I didn't really hope I was going to have to pay. Wow. Oh, isn't this pretty? This is pretty. And you're hearing this from a girl who's not sure she's a desert girl. But, you know, hey, it's still pretty cold in the east. So, I'm not sure I'm in any necessary hurry to get to the east yet. Wow, look at the valley. Coming up on a cattle guard. Wow. I'm just going to let this roll. I'm just going to let this roll and let you take in the scenery. Wow. This is cool. Iconic Arizona. Look at the mountains and that valley. Oh my goodness. Holy. I think this is probably what they call open range. If they're cattle guards, it means that there are cattle usually, and that usually means open range. I see cars up ahead. Wow, this is cool. I wonder if this is what, I wonder if this is the site. With the petroglyphs. So we're going to stop here for a minute and take some photos. Now, supposedly that's a volcano. Isn't this cool? Look at this. This is painted rock. There's petroglyphs, and we're going to go further up and check out the petroglyphs. Very cool. So come with me and I'll show you. It's definitely volcanic if you look at the rock. That'll give you some idea that yes, this is volcanic. Very cool. Watching out for snakes, because they would be coming out right about now. Isn't this cool? Wow. Wow, what a landscape. Look at that valley. Very cool. I think we're going to head on up, keep going. They said it's just, the people that were here just said it's just a little ways up the road. So we're going to keep going. So we're climbing back in, and we are heading forward. We're going to go check this place out. This is cool. All that rock you see on the right side, that's all volcanic rock. That is cool. All that black rock, it's all volcanic rock. The more I explore Arizona, the more I like it. And again, you're hearing this from somebody who is not a desert girl. But it definitely has its charms. It definitely has its charms. Wow. We're just going to let this roll. Got the saguaro on the right. Saguaro cactuses, to me, they always look like little old men with their arms up in the air. Wow. It's funny because these creosote bushes don't look like they're covered in flowers. So I'm wondering if this has a later bloom date or an earlier bloom date. They've already bloomed. Because in Yuma and Quartzsite, in that area, they were all in bloom. Little yellow flowers. Wow. Really cool, huh, guys? This is cool. This was definitely an unexpected stop. Rocky Point Road. Painted Rock, Petroglyph site and campground. I wonder if that's it. I think that must be it. So we're going to turn around and head up that way. Let's find a place to turn around, and then we will turn around in this man's parking lot, or this man's driveway. I will say this is not marked well. So we missed our turnoff. I will say this is not marked well. I don't know anything about this site. I'm going to have to look it up. Painted Rock Dam Road. So I'm guessing those are the Petroglyph sites. Primitive road, caution. Entrance, painted rock. BLM. I'm assuming that this is, okay, the campground is straight ahead. The Petroglyph site is this way. Wow. And to be honest, I'm going to have to find out some information on this because I know absolutely nothing about this. I know absolutely nothing about this. I'm guessing, and I may be wrong, but I'm guessing it's probably 14-day camping. I don't see anything right now that says you have to pay, but we're going to find out. Very cool. So this is the first glance at the painted rock Petroglyph site. And word of warning, dogs are not allowed. Big sign that says dogs are not allowed. So Bodhi will have to stay in the van. Oh, there are trails. No dogs, please. No motorized vehicles. This is the Petroglyph site, but it shows a thing of the campground. Guide to rattlesnakes. No climbing on rocks. There are trails. Their signs are a little faded. Welcome to the Painted Rock Petroglyph site. Many people have passed by this place in the last 12,000 years, and more are sure to come in the future. A path and signs mark the way to enter the site and explain its colorful and interesting past. The trail leads to sign panels and points along the way where you can see the petroglyphs and the historic trail. A bench is located on the far side of the hill to rest and ponder these stories. Please be respectful as you enjoy your visit. And there's a look at some of the photos. They could use some new signs. Rules of the road, a respectful approach. Before entering this site, take a moment to consider its deep cultural and spiritual significance. Please be respectful of the site's importance to Native people past and present. This site and others like it are a treasured part of our shared American heritage. The markings on these rocks are not graffiti. They represent thousands of years of symbolism and storytelling. To maintain this site so future generations can enjoy it, we ask that you follow a few guidelines during your visit here. Petroglyphs are delicate. Do not touch, move, or climb on the rocks. Use the walking trails. Please keep pets out of the petroglyph area. Removal of artifacts, boulders, or other cultural material from the site is a violation of the Archaeological Resources Protection Act of 1979, which carries criminal and civil penalties. So they have a nice picnic site here, covered. So let's check out these boards. archaeologist's perspective. The scientific evidence, recent scientific studies by archaeologists comparing petroglyph sites in this region have attempted to define style variations that can be attributed to different time periods and indigenous groups. Studies based on datable evidence in pottery style suggest that the petroglyphs here represent both the Western archaic tradition and the Gila style. Western archaic style. The Western archaic tradition is an earlier type attributed to hunting and gathering culture that lived in this region between approximately 7,500 BC to about AD 1. See if you can identify archaic designs on the rocks. They include geometric and abstract elements such as grids, circles, chains, concentric rings, circle clusters, circles, zigzag, and parallel and wavy lines. These designs are made by artists who use stone tools to peck images into the rock surface. The Gila style is a later tradition attributed to the group of farmers that archaeologists call Hohem. They live in central and southern Arizona between about 300 BC and AD 1450. It may be easier to identify this style since it typically includes designs of animals, insects, human shapes, plants, circles, and zigzags. How many can you count? Petroglyphs and their meaning. What does it all mean? As modern visitors, we do not have the knowledge to easily interpret petroglyph meanings. What we do know is that these pictures on boulders and rock panels are filled with mystery and may have meanings on different levels. The people that made the designs carved their cultural experiences and personal visions and dreams. Only they themselves know the meaning of these symbols. In coming-of-age tests and ceremonies, a teacher or student would record visions important to them during their experiences. Some symbols may seek help from the spirits to gather inspiration and ensure a successful hunt. Certain elements or design may be warnings to travelers about the dangers that lie ahead on the trail. Still, other symbols may continue to remind people about the important stories of the past and ensure that they are not forgotten. Who made these designs? The Hohem people have called this area home for thousands of years. They believe they are descended from the people known as Hohem. The Hohem call them the ones who have passed on. The petroglyph designs that are before you are evidence of vibrant and interesting culture. Other glimpses into their heritage include ceramics, jewelry of shell, and turquoise, basketry, and textiles. Very cool. Very, very cool. Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, member of the Lewis and Clark expedition. In 1803, President Thomas Jefferson commissioned Meriwether Lewis and William Clark to lead an expedition to explore the newly acquired Louisiana Territory and find a water route to the Pacific Ocean and the Orient. The Corps of Discovery departed Wood River, Illinois, near St. Louis in May 1804 and spent their first bitter winter at the Mandan villages just north of today's Bismarck, North Dakota. While there, Toussaint Charbonneau, a French-Canadian fur trapper, and his young Shoshone bride, Sacagawea, were hired as interpreters for the Corps. Sacagawea gave birth to Jean-Baptiste. On February 11, 1805, Captain Lewis assisted with the birth and treated the young mother's pain with an emulsion of powdered rattlesnake tail. Interesting. The baby was nicknamed Pomp by Captain Clark, who later became his legal guardian and provided for his formal education. In 1823, at the age of 18, Jean-Baptiste went to Europe as a guest of Duke Paul of Württemberg, Germany. In 1829, the multilingual Jean-Baptiste returned to the United States and became a fur trapper and guide like his father before him. Jean-Baptiste was the only member of the Corps of Discovery to set foot in Arizona Territory. For more information about his incredible life story, read The Life and Times of Jean-Baptiste Pomp Charbonneau by Susan Colby, a major source of information for this panel. Interesting. The Mormon Battalion. We are wretched creatures and almost worn out with fatigue, our provisions scarce, and here we are on this vast plain of sand and gravel. The Butterfield Trail. Stagecoach Ho to California in 23 days. Remember, boys, nothing on God's earth must stop the United States mail. Interesting. Jean-Baptiste de Anza National Historic Trail. El Camino Historical National. That's Spanish. That's written in Spanish. Same thing, I believe, that's written in Spanish. Tracks and traces. For thousands of years, people have lived and traveled along the corridor known as the Southern Trail. The story of this trail is the story of a diverse people, their culture, and their different modes of travel. In the beginning, indigenous people traveled the trail along the Gila River. In the 1840s, soldiers, immigrants, miners, and mail carriers traveled the trail. In time, train tracks, interstate highways, air travel corridors, and utilities followed the Southern Trail. As travelers on the trail changed, so did path itself. Segments were moved closer to the water or around obstacles. As each new form of transportation came through, the path was smoothed and widened. So let's take a look at this. Who passed this way? Here's a look at some of the petroglyphs. Archaeological resources are fragile and irreplaceable. The Archaeological Resource Protection Act of 1979 and the Federal Land Policy and Management Act of 1976 protect them for the benefit of all Americans. Any person who, without authorization, excavates, removes, damages, or otherwise alters or defaces any historic or prehistoric site, artifact, or object of antiquity on the public lands of the United States is subject to arrest and penalty of law. Look at the rocks. Very cool. Up on the hill too. There's more. Look at that. Look at that. Way up high too, that rock. Way at the top. That split rock way at the top. Wow. Very, very cool. Look. Very, very cool. Wow. Lots of picnic tables. And there are spaces. It does appear to be just a free 14-day camping. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Creosote bush. Some more petroglyphs. Another look at that split rock up there. Quite a bit of them up there. It appears there's a few up there. A little harder to see. It's a warm one too. Look at that valley. The Gila River, lifeline of the desert. A little hard to read the top line. Looking out on the parched Sonoran Desert today, it is hard to imagine that traveler J.G. Park encountered here in 1855 a vast waterway snaking through the desert, lined with lush vegetation and teeming with wildlife of all type. For thousands of years, the Gila River has been the lifeline of the desert. Home to several indigenous cultures, it provided food, shelter, and life-giving water. Local tribes made their homes along the river, building vast irrigation systems to grow their crops of maize, wheat, cotton, and beans. Until the late 19th century, when pioneers began their treacherous journeys westward, they never strayed far from the river. The trees on its shoreline provided welcome relief from the desert heat and glare. Quail, doves, geese, deer, turkey, antelope, and beaver were an abundant food source. Nearby, mesquite bosques, thickets, and grasslands offered nourishment for horses and mules. Modern dams and upstream irrigation have diverted most of the Gila River's flow and dramatically changed the landscape. Much of the original vegetation and wildlife is gone. Nearby farms cover the canals and irrigated fields of the native tribes. Cool. Geology of Painted Rock Mountains. Take a moment to look around you. Volcanic landforms dominate this landscape. The jagged 12-mile-long Painted Rock Mountains were thrust up through the volcanic rocks and covered with basalt lava flows. A shield volcano visible to the southwest as a low rounded hill on the flat-lying Sentinel lava flow is one of the most recent volcanic eruptions, roughly 3.1 million years ago. Lava flows move steadily north toward the Gila River, spreading the lava in sheets and shallow ponds up to 45 feet thick. Oatman Mountain is made of numerous basalt flows, which eventually mounted into the looming landscape before you. The southern apron of this mountain consists of several episodes of later lava flows, like those south of the river. Geographic facts about the petroglyphs. The rock knolls here beside you consist of a granite outcrop, overlain by highly weathered basalt boulders. The dark basalt rocks have experienced a long period of weathering. Over thousands of years, desert winds, rain, and alkalides have gradually covered these rocks with dark, hard, shiny coating known as desert varnish. This desert varnish provided an excellent medium for petroglyph artists. When the coating was pecked away, it revealed a lighter coat basalt below, making the images stand out. Looks like there's more over there. Look. Wow. It's not a long trail. It's flat and it's easy to manage. And we're back at the beginning. One last look. So, as we leave here, what I think I'm going to do is make this a separate one-off video, because this is pretty cool, and I don't think a lot of people know about it. I don't think I've ever seen it portrayed. So we're just going to let the video run as we go back out onto Route 8. For anybody who's interested in finding this place, it's in between Yuma and Phoenix on Route 8. And like I said, I think this is just a regular 14-day camp. I don't know, we'd have to look it up. I would say if you're interested in staying here, I would say Google it to see what the rules are here, because there's nothing posted at the Petroglyphs. There's absolutely nothing posted at the Petroglyphs that tell you what this is, what kind of camp this is. But it's cool. I would say it's probably the wrong time of the year to be camping here, because it is hot. My van right now registers 105, but I just started the air conditioning. I just turned the air conditioning on. So, but I would think this is the wrong time. I mean, unless you're really into extreme heat, this is pretty warm. Even for me, this is pretty warm. So I'm just going to let the video roll and until we get back out onto Route 8, and I will make this a separate video. This is pretty cool. I think there's enough in there to make it a separate video. So this was built by lava flow. There was a volcano around here. Very cool. And again, a word of caution, it's not well marked.